Hi, it's Darnell with Wave of Recipes. Let's try cooking up a whole 6.5 pound chicken in the Black & Decker crisp and bake air fry oven. This is the model with no preheat, but since we're doing a roast, we will have a preheat for this cook. But let's see how it does cooking up a big chicken right now. Alright, so here we have our 6.5 pound chicken, and for seasonings I'm just going to be using some of the Grill Mates Montreal chicken seasoning and some Old Bay. Nothing in this video is sponsored, just stuff I like to use. And we've got our Black & Decker crisp and bake there. And so I'm going to basically just get started by, I'm going to turn it over on the opposite side, with the breast side down, and season up this side first. So just get that seasoning really well all over all parts of the chicken here. So that's seasoned up good like that there. Now I'll just get the Old Bay and put that all over it. And Old Bay, for you who know it makes a chicken taste even better. And for you who don't, well, what are you waiting for? Get yourself some Old Bay. That's all I can say. Because as many on this channel know, this is my go-to seasoning for most everything almost. I try and just season up the sides a little bit, just a little. Like to have it all seasoning all around pretty good. Now I know I could put the chicken in a bag or whatever and shake it around and all. I guess just from time and experience I just prefer to just do it this way, you know, just set the chicken out, sprinkle my seasonings on, and carry on. But I guess you use whatever method your experience lets you feel more comfortable with. So just getting that there. Now we'll turn it over to that breast side. I'm not going to truss anything at all. I'm just going to let it all kind of hang out, let the bird hang loose. Alright, so we've got it all seasoned. I'm just going to try and gently get it over onto this baking pan. In the baking pan I have the Copper Chef Grill and Bake Mats. And those Copper Chef Grill and Bake Mats are great because they're a great alternative to using foil. They are reusable, easily washable, very non-stick. They don't raise the temp of the cooker at all in any sort of excess. But I'm going to now get the cooker started up, and I'm going to switch it down to roast. So it's down to roast. I'm going up to 375 is where I want. 375. Cooking time, I'm going up to 90 minutes. So there we are at an hour and a half, 90 minutes. I'm going to hit start. That's preheating. While that preheats, I'm going to take my iGrill 2 meat probes here. Let's get the iGrill 2 in better view. Alright, so now I'm going to take the meat probes and I'm going to take one, try and get it down into that thigh meat good down in here, down there. And this other one, and try and get it into the breast meat. Just going to try and angle it. Alright, so it's in there good, in the breast meat. So there we go. And I try not to do it straight up and down because I don't want it sticking up kind of in the cooker, you know what I mean? And hitting kind of that heating element up there, so I got to kind of angle it a little bit. But I'm going to put this on the lower rack. There's only like 2 rack levels in this cooker, the higher one and the lower one. So I'll be using the lower one, but we'll wait for it to finish preheating and then we'll get the bird on in. Alright, the preheat's done, so it gets right into counting down. So I'm going to get it right on in there on this lower level. And it's important to know that the roast function has no air fry fan usage. So it basically is cooking without the fan. So I've got it all the way in there. Let's see, hold on. There's something that kind of hung up there. Did I get it all the way in? Yeah, I got it all the way in. Wasn't sure if I hit the back or not. I thought, you know, maybe I hadn't got it all the way in, but I did, and wasn't judging the where the tray was very well. But it's in there good now. Got our cords in, trying to make sure that there's no type of gap in my door here from those. Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. So just making sure. Yeah, we're good. Everything seems good. So we're going to let that go ahead and cook. I'm not sure, you know, if it'll just take 90 minutes. Maybe it might take longer. It's a pretty big bird. But I'm going to let it go ahead and cook. I'll bring you back later. Alright, so the bird has been cooking for almost an hour. The temperature in the breast is up to 109. The temperature in the thigh is at 114. There's no pause on this cooker, but I want to just go ahead and throw some foil on top so that, you know, the top won't get, you know, too cooked over. So I'm just kind of getting it out. You see the top's already been really well cooked already, as is, and that's after an hour. So trying to fit the foil on. Trying to be careful with that. Alright, so getting the foil on there. That's good. And try and slide things in here real nice and easy. Let's see if I can. Just hold on. I think there's something, you know, it's kind of like a notch between the air fry fan. Like the racks don't go straight across all the way on this side because the fan kind of has a gap on the rack, and so it's kind of like you kind of reach that gap and it kind of can hang you up a little bit. But got it back in there. And there's no fan going, so don't have to worry about that foil flying around or any of that type of stuff. But it's on there. We'll just let it, you know, kind of set just generally on top of the bird to keep it from overcooking anymore on the top. I do think that it might need more time than, you know, it's down to 30 minutes left, but it may need more time. So I'm going to push it out to another even hour. So, you know, it's got an hour. I don't know how much longer it'll need, but I'll keep an eye on it. It may be done after 30 minutes, maybe not. But I'll bring you on back when it looks like things are reached a decent cook temperature. Alright, so the 2 hours cooking time just ran out. The bird's only up to 157 in the breast. It is at 165 in the thigh. Now, I could, you know, see if maybe carryover will take me there. But I am one who likes to make sure that I cook it so that the breast is all the way there. And that's just from my own experiences in cooking. I take it all the way there. You can, you know, with your bird, do what you want. With a turkey or something, I might let it carry over if it was within like maybe 5 degrees. But what I'm going to do here, I'm going to add, it's not going to probably take another 30, Lord willing, but it's gone for 2 hours now. And so, you know, I just started it again. It knew it was already hot, so I didn't do a preheat. And I'm just going to let it continue to rise to reach that 165. Shouldn't take very long at this point. And then I'll get it right on out of there. But we're going a little over the 2 hour mark cooking at this point with this 6.5 pound chicken. On roast, they don't use a convection fan. With the roast, there's no way to enable a convection fan with the roast setting. So we'll see how this turns out, to see what it does with this chicken. I'll bring you on back. Alright, so it's been 2 hours, 19 minutes. We see the breast is at 165 degrees Fahrenheit. The thigh is at 172. So we'll just stop the iGrill 2 at that point. And of course, if you want to stop sooner and rely on carryover to do the rest, that's up to you. I like to cook mine all the way through. I'm going to just stop it there. I like to cook mine all the way through and make sure that it's totally done. I found that makes sure that everything all the way deep down in that meat is really well fully cooked. So that's how I do my thing, but you do your thing the way you like to do yours. I'm going to get this foil off of here, and we'll get this bird on out. Let's see if I can easily get it out. You see, it's see how it looks here. It's a well done bird. See if I can get it off without making myself any kind of a mess. Alright, so I'm going to let this bird hang out for about 5 minutes to just reabsorb the juices. Of course, the top of it did get a little of a blackening on the top, a little char there, but I don't think that'll be a problem for us. So we'll let it hang out for 5 minutes and then I'll bring you back. Alright, so the bird has had about 5 minutes to rest, and those juices that kind of go into the middle when it's getting all hot have started to come out, and you see them kind of coming out again. That's that reabsorbing of juices into all of the meat. And so I'm going to go ahead and just cut into this breast meat here, and we'll see how things look down inside. Let's just cut this piece here off. It's cutting pretty easy. It's not cutting like anything is dried out or overdone. You see how the meat's hanging and dripping? I mean, it's like dripping with juice. So I don't think I can do anything further to prove to you this bird, even after cooking for over 2 hours, is very moist, not dried out at all. You know, the top meat got a little searing on there, but that's okay. So I'm just cutting some slices for taste test purposes. But let's move the camera around. We'll do a taste test right now. So here we have the chicken, still steaming hot. I don't know if you can see the steam rising off that meat still, but it's some hot stuff. And so I'm going to go ahead and take a bite after I blow it. But thank God for this tasty meat. Alright, that turned out good. It's moist and tender, so it did a good job on it. It did take longer than some other cookers, and I think the quicker you cook something, you know, you can get it even more moist if it cooks even faster. This is moist. This is not dry at all. It's moist. So, but still, just the time that it takes, you know, some cookers can go faster than others using 375. You know, and I think that a big difference with this cooker is they don't use a convection fan on the roast setting. You can't even set a convection fan on the roast setting. I think that makes a big difference. All the same, the bird doesn't dry out. It takes a while, but it doesn't dry out. So it made for a good bird. It cooks a good bird. Takes a while, but 6.5 pound chicken is no joke. It's a pretty big chicken to begin with. So, you know, it got it done, and it's moist, and it's good, and so, you know, the cooker can get that job done. And so, you know, as long as you can sit down and eat a good meal, all's well that ends well. And with all of that said, you can find in the video description a link to the full recipe. You can also find other recipes on my blog at superwaveovenrecipes.com. Also in the video description are ways to help this channel, and you can find a referral link for the cooker if you're interested in it, and buying through that link you pay the same price but help this channel. And also, with all of that said, I'll say that if you did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up, share the video with a friend, leave your comments, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and good eating.